Hello YouTube, this is Sam and I'm here to do a walkthrough for Dishonored. I'm going to do it without killing anybody, ever. Not just without killing any small people and only killing the targets, I'm literally going to kill no one. I'm not going to include all of the cutscenes and all of the bits in between where you upgrade your stuff and all the plot is, because to be honest, if you want the plot, you might as well play the game. Although I am likely to include it at some point or another. So this is a complete stealth walkthrough. Well, I'm going to try not to alert anybody at any point. Actually, that's not true. I am not going to alert anybody at any point. But one of the ways you can do that is to, if you do ever alert anybody, just kill yourself. Not in real life, in the game. Like if somebody's allergic to your position, let them see your position, let them kill you, and just be reverted to the previous save. Because when you're reverted to the previous save, it's as if it never happened. So obviously, a useful thing to do is to save a lot. Continually save. You'll see little glitches and stuff sometimes when I'm playing where I've saved, or where I've just died and gone back. Because the thing is I'm not going to keep in me dying all the time, because it's just a huge waste of time, me showing you me dying. So, however many times it takes me, however much time I spend playing this game, trying to get it to a point where I can do it without being seen, it's the actual not being seen that you guys actually want to watch. So I'm going to cut out all the crap where I'm continually being killed or spotted or doing something slightly wrong or just picking the wrong path and deciding a different way is better and having to go back and stuff like that. A particularly important aspect of this game is collecting sort of valuable items. I do a fair bit of wandering around trying to find things that you can collect and are worth something. This is me looking around at the moment. I'm kind of just checking everything to make sure I can't get in any of the cells. And there's nothing around for me to steal. But the more money you have, the more in between missions you can actually buy and upgrade and stuff like that. And there are certain upgrades that are particularly useful, things like being able to hold more ammunition in your crossbow, having your sleep darts work more effectively, immediately, and buying sleep darts is hugely useful. If you're trying to do it without killing anyone, you don't really need rewire tools much for walls of light or anything like that. You don't need spring razors, you don't need grenades. Really all you need is sleep darts. You don't need bullets, you don't need normal crossbow bolts. A couple of useful upgrades are obviously things like crossbow accuracy, and also your mask's zooming in function. That's quite a useful thing. The other thing, which obviously you can't do in this first mission because this first mission you don't have any magical powers yet, one of the most important things is runes. Keep the heart on the dial when you get it. By dial I mean your D-pad, so that you always have access to it quickly, because the heart is one of the most useful things, because runes are so useful in upgrading specific powers to help you with stealth. The four main ones that are useful for stealth are dark vision, blink, the time bending one, and possession. Possession I haven't really used above level 1. I haven't needed to. But if you have enough runes to, you might as well. obviously things like tornado, blast, I think it is, and the deadly swarm. They're more for combat and actually killing people. So for this particular walkthrough, I won't be using either of them under any circumstances, really. But the blink, I do personally believe that blink and dark vision are the most useful. I use them the most. Dark vision because it means you can see everything that's going on, like through walls, and you're not detected as easily. And blink because it's just so useful to be able to just go, quickly, somebody's attacking me, run and hide.
Backworth, you lazy slug.
Or just be able to jump huge distances without even being noticed. Obviously, if you're running away from someone you've been alerted, they've been alerted to your position, which means that you've failed one of the achievements, to not be alerted, not alert anyone throughout the whole game. But blink is one of the most, and blink is the difference between level 1 and level 2 is hugely useful. It just makes a difference between certain shortcuts that you couldn't take before. One thing I have noticed, I'm playing this on normal difficulty because there's no achievement for completing it on hard or very hard difficulty, and I think it's a bit stupid to try and do a complete stealth walkthrough on very hard difficulty. If you want to play on very hard difficulty, just play it and play the game however it ends up being played. Because really you ought to play it just as good as you want. And there's no point sort of running around trying to be stealthy if you're really crap at it. It's also true that you can half alert people and have it not count as being alerted. I do this here. I go over to this door. I look through the door, I'm fairly sure. I can't see him. I see him there. Now he's walked past. I'm not sure which way he's facing, and I can't turn far enough, so I go to look through the window, and I accidentally step on this chair, and he sees me. So I quickly hide behind the door, it only gets to 2, and he wasn't alerted. So it's all good. He thinks it's something else. He puts it down to something else, even though he just clearly saw a bloke standing outside the window. I imagine if you were playing on a more difficult difficulty, he would have probably seen you and killed you. But on normal difficulty at least. That's the sort of level we're talking. Now, I decided to hide his body here. It isn't really necessary to hide a lot of bodies, unless you're in sort of particularly high traffic areas. But as a general rule, hiding bodies isn't a bad idea, because it just means that less people are alerted. Not necessarily alerted to you, but just they are alerted in general. And obviously you have to remember to use RB and not RT, or in the case of the PlayStation, I assume R1 instead of R2. Again, I'm not really sure why I decided to hide his body there, on the basis that there's no one left in this room. But there you go. Again, it's useful to steal things. Money. I missed the money on the side there. Completely ignored it. Don't know how I missed that. Saw the money on that side though. Now, you can get the achievement for not having alerted anyone in the entire game, because you have to alert somebody in this game when you blow up the door in a minute. So, even though he's completely alerted to my position there, it's still okay, because, well, it still counts as having not been detected. I'm not really sure why, but when I completed the mission and the stats came up, I wasn't detected. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that they actually have to notice you. Now without dark vision, I sort of had to follow him by the little thingies on his head. You can sort of sneak round and then attack him like that. That's all good. For the sake of it, I just pull the bodies together. And I have a quick look around. It's always good to look around. If you're not in immediate danger, have a look around. Steal all the things you can. Eat the things that are relevant if you need health. I didn't particularly need health, I just felt like eating something. Because at the time I was playing this game I was a bit hungry. Like now, and run away. You don't need to run away too far. I sort of ran away a little bit excessively there. Jump straight into the river. People are alerted to your position there, but I'm pretty sure that it doesn't count as being alerted because I think you kind of have to alert them there. I'm also, for the sake of saving you guys time, I'm cutting out the little loading scenes because I can, and I'm nice like that. That was a bit of a terrible jump there. The rats down here, the bit here, you don't get, nobody's alerted to your position, just the guards come through and get attacked by a load of rats and then get completely eaten to death. The rats actually devour their entire bodies, which is kind of disgusting, but there's not really very much you can do about that. And there are more rats, they attack bodies and they hurt you as well, which is kind of frustrating. You can also, you can kill rats and dogs and fish and it doesn't count as a kill. So if you are attacked by rats, you don't have to worry about just running away because no one's alerted to your position by them. It's not like they count as an enemy or any kind of sort of actual life when you kill them. See, there's a huge swarm of rats there. I don't use my gun because it makes too much noise. This particular swarm of rats, there were 2 lots of them. So I'm like, oh okay, it's over, it's all good. And then there's a ton more, and I have to kill them again. Just a quick health, because they did a fair bit of damage to me. That was me, that little jump there. I don't know if you noticed it, but that was me saving, just in case. Not really sure why I check up here. Well, I want to check up here, and because I'm completely blind somehow, I didn't notice that I could disarm that, and then completely forgot about it as I ran around here, set off the trap, and that makes me crap myself every time. Because I always forget it and I never see it coming because I'm an idiot. Basically they give you a load of weapons and a key to get through the door. You get a nice retractable blade, which is of course very nice. And you get your crossbow. They also give you sleeping crossbow, sleeping darts with your crossbow. So you can put 3 people to sleep. If you put people to sleep, it also doesn't count as a kill or anything like that, because obviously you're not killing them. It kind of makes sense. But other guards can be alerted to other guards being asleep, but just not to you. So as long as you're hidden when they find the bodies, it's fine.
Don't try to take them out alone. But what if no one from the squad is around? Then try to make a lot of noise when you die. Knock something over if you can. Bastard.
I do like the fact that they include little bits of banter between guards, and guards do actually talk as part of the game. I think that's quite... A lot of games you just sort of get general sort of conversations that are fairly boring. But things like that, I thought that was quite funny there. So you quickly choke him out. Drop him on the floor. Now I found that the way to do this particular bit
I tell you about the time?
You could, I'm sure you could sneak by without them noticing you and not put them to sleep. I decided to put them to sleep and I distract them by, when they're not looking, throwing a glass bottle over there. Because where it smashes, they do actually look over there. So while he's doing that, I put him to sleep. He doesn't notice. When he comes back, he noticed something, so I put him to sleep. The other guard notices something, well, notices he's down, comes running around in a moment. And you put him to sleep, and then you've used all 3 of your arrows. So it's all good. And there are no more guards left in this particular mission, and all you have to do now, although I was just double checking at this point, which is why I'm going so slow. The dead guy over there. All you have to do now is just run out the remainder of the mission and talk to Samuel. He of course is very nice to you. Just try not to panic as all the alarms go off and you think you've been caught.
Over here.
And that is Coldridge Prison. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe. It's hugely helpful if you do subscribe. Once again, thank you for watching. I'll be back with the next mission very soon.